Alright everybody, our second video is gonna be how to make lechon at home. Now lechon or roast pork usually is done with a whole pig, and this video is gonna show you how to make it at home using just regular cut meat. The meat, my choice is pork picnic. I like this because he has the skin side and he has the meat side, and he has a good portion of fat and meat. I've used other meat like pork butt or pork belly. Pork belly was too fatty for me. Pork butt wasn't fatty enough. So this one's just a perfect amount, and it's very inexpensive. Now what I need to do with this is basically we just need to rub it with some lemon pepper and some seasoned salt, and you can use any brand you want. This is the one that I like. I've used the whole time, and I've done this hundreds of times, and real trick to this is the temperature of the oven. So for the first 2 hours, this is a 3-hour process. The first 2 hours the oven has to be in 300 degrees. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna go ahead and take my meat, just look at it real quick, make sure there's pretty good there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse it off. Alright, so what I usually do is I'm gonna go ahead, the pork picnic usually comes like this. It usually splits in half, and the fat side, and then there's the meat side. What I usually would do is I will go ahead and separate the fat and the meat side. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right in the middle of that. And I am not gonna remove any fat or skin to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my little pan here. Make sure you line your pan, because this will be hard to remove if you do not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set it up like this. Now the thing that people really like about roast pork or lechon when it's cooked with the whole pig is the skin has to be nice and crunchy. Alright, so to get the skin to be crispy, it's really just a trick of the temperature setting. Okay, so we're gonna start off with rubbing this with some seasoned salt, and you make sure you rub it. Don't just sprinkle it over it and don't touch it. You sure you rub it, you get it on those crevices. You don't have to put too much. If you put too much, it's gonna come out real salty, and nobody's gonna want to eat it. You just, the way I like it is once it starts to change color, it starts to change, look a little reddish, and you can smell. You can smell definitely the salt. If it's getting a little too salty, you will smell it. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that a little bit. Make sure I get all the little crevice in there. And then the next step would be the seasoned salt. And go ahead and sprinkle it in there, right on top. Make sure you rub it real good. Now on the skin side, make sure you have the skin side up. That's the only way you're gonna get it crispy. If you put it down this way, some of the fat will drip in here, and it's just gonna keep it chewy. So you want the skin side up. All right. And put just a little bit more of seasoned salt right here. And like I said, it doesn't matter what seasoned salt you use, it doesn't matter what brand, as long as you use it. Alright, so wash your hand, and we'll put it in the oven. So first 2 hours is at 300 degrees. Alright, so it's been 2 hours. Now we are gonna increase the temperature to 350 for half an hour. Alright, home stretch here. We just gotta turn it up to 375, last half hour. So let's turn that up, 375. Alright, so the last half hour is done. Let's go ahead and check our meat here. And this is my test that I do. I usually just use my finger and I go into the skin part and I just tap it. And you see how nice and crispy that is. So I'm gonna take it out, let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes to let it cool down. And what it does as well is it will make the skin a little bit more crispier once it's cooled down. Alright, so the final step is just to cut the meat and see if you can hear this crispiness. Yeah, that's the way we like the skin. Nice and crispy. Alright. Cut that. You hear that skin nice and crispy. And you see how the meat just falls apart. You eat that with your favorite all-purpose sauce. I usually eat it with rice. You can eat it with the salsa that we made last time.